What we'll do is we'll pause the video and we'll come back on and kind of show you how some of these epoxy repairs are made and document some of that. Okay, we're coming back on. Our diver's in the water. He is moving towards the 6 o'clock position, and he's going to start doing some epoxy work there. There is some noduling going on the floor, and we did notice some delamination during the inspection. So what he'll do is go back to that 6 o'clock area and then start working his way to the access hatch. So we'll let him get situated in there and find a good spot to get working, and we'll just keep recording.
How's my manifold pressure?
Fine.
Got it.
So what he does is he kind of goes over these areas and scrapes them off the best he can to get the dead metal and the delamination away, as well as the coating that is no longer adhered to the tank. And then he uses the wire brush to clean the area. That way we have a really good bond with the epoxy with the coating that is left on the tank. So what he's doing now is just going through and kind of trying to do some prep work on those areas, but we'll just continue recording. Okay, we're coming back on. Our diver is applying some of the epoxy to the areas that are delaminated on the floor. Some of those have split, but they have not pulled away yet. But the ones that have, you can see now are just kind of big. It looks like holes in the floor, but they're not. It's just lapses in the coating. So we'll just go ahead and watch him apply the epoxy to these guys. And he'll try to cover up some of the ones that have split. However, there might be a little bit of corrosion that does seep through at some point. We'll have to find that out for sure in the next inspection. But in the meantime, this should help the floor coating.
Yeah, roger that. And what I'm trying to do here is lay it on really thick so it sets really good, and I prepped the areas for a little while and cleaned it to make sure that all the dead metal is off there. And so what I'm doing now is just applying a really thick coat of it so it doesn't come through. Alright, now I'll put some epoxy on over those surfaces that we exposed and also scraped.
Just to let you know, we'll have a big bucket mixed up for you here shortly.
Excellent. Yeah, that might be good. That way I can pour it on and lay it smooth on that area, because I gotta do some more prep over there, but this stuff is getting pretty coagulated, so.
Copy, and we are still live.
Roger that. So, as you can see, we're kind of just putting the epoxy down in a uniform fashion, trying to get a couple mil thickness there, and feather out the edges so nothing gets underneath. And that's kind of what it looks like. Okay, we've pretty much finished up with some epoxy repairs in the tank. There are some, you can spend a lot more time in here. Really, my recommendation is next time you get the tank cleaned and inspected to take a look, because about 15% of the floor is blistered, and they are going to continue to pop. I'm going to try to make my way around the tank a little bit without stuffing in too much epoxy, so we can show you some of the repairs that were made. But over in here, I don't know how well this is coming on, or you can see, but we're found the seam there, another spot over here. And as we go down the seam here, you have more repairs along the base of the center here. On the center support, the bracket that holds it in. Some more repairs here. The walls are not too bad. There's one down low over there. Really not too much going on the wall, but can really, this whole side of the floor is patched, and some corrosion that was going on the center column. Again, over here, right beneath me, just nothing but epoxy repairs made to this panel. If you look over on that wall about the 9 o'clock position, you can see them down low on the wall. And then, let me go. Some more epoxy repairs on the wall over here behind the overflow, as well as on the overflow. The base around the overflow, the inlet pipe is coated really well. Not too much corrosion going on the outlet, but if you recall, there was quite a bit here on this float support, and that is all now taken care of. And this is just leftover sediment from cleaning and epoxy repairs. So, we'll go ahead and call this tank repaired for the most part. Like I said, do note that there is blistering going on the floor that will continue, and those will pop, and next time those will need to be touched up as well. But this is a good start to a 3-year maintenance program. So we'll go ahead and conclude video and come on